Welcome back here to the Dawson Center on the campus of Voorhees College. I'm Clarence Jones. Right now, as you can see behind me, the men are warming up as we get ready for a basketball action between the Tigers and the Yellow Jackets in this long-time rivalry. Doesn't matter if it's NAIA or the NCAA, Allen and Voorhees always brings out a nice crowd. And we do have a nice crowd here tonight, given the fact that it is COVID protocols. Only faculty, staff, and students are allowed here in the arena here tonight. Well, right now you have two teams right now struggling on this season. Allen with only 3 victories on the season. Meanwhile, for Voorhees, they're trying to break a long losing streak, and we'll see what happens here because in this game, we'll watch the guard play of both Allen and Voorhees. It should be interesting, but we'll see if this crowd can give the Tigers that juice that they need to get this victory because they would love to have a victory here this evening and against a longtime rival like Allen. Meanwhile, for Allen, they have struggled, especially on the road, still looking for a signature win on the road. Meanwhile, for Voorhees, they're trying to get off the slide and a big home victory themselves. So coming up next, we'll have the starting lineups and the first half action here from the Dawson Center. So stay with us. More Tiger basketball coming up right now.
And gentlemen, you're reminded that federal regulations prohibit smoking in this building. We ask that you please observe our COVID-19 protocol of social distancing and mask wearing. And our officials for tonight's game are sanctioned by the NAIA. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Leonard E. Dawson Health and Human Resources Center. This is the Jerry M. Screen Arena, and tonight, the Voorhees College Tigers. Voorhees College Tigers. And one forward from Dallas, Georgia, wearing number 22, Christian Ford. And the other forward from Lawrenceville, Georgia, wearing number 2, Hector Rosario. At center from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, wearing number 35, Julius Phillips. At one guard from Duluth, Georgia, wearing number 0, Jordan Blue. And at the other guard from Charleston, South Carolina, wearing number 21, Jawan Bowie. The Tigers are coached by Cabral Huff and assisted by James Williams and Austin Pickett.
All right, so that was the starting lineups here this evening for Voorhees and Allen by the longtime legend here at Voorhees College, Willie Jefferson. All right, as we get ready for some Tiger Yellow Jacket basketball, remind everybody, those of you that's tuning in on our YouTube and also on our Facebook page, we welcome everybody and their comments as well. Let us know where you're watching the game from, who you're rooting for. And if you're an alum of either Voorhees or Allen, let us know. We'll shout you out. As we begin, first half, Jordan Blue, and we'll have an opening whistle. So not even 6 seconds into the game, we're in our first whistle. I hope this is not an indicator of too many whistles here. I believe it is a shot clock situation. So the shot clock is fixed, and away we go. Here's Bowie and gets it off to Rosario. Corner three, no good, air ball. Reynolds come away with the boards. Allen, of course, this is the first meeting of these two teams. They were supposed to meet each other on Saturday, last Saturday, as we have a traveling violation called. And that traveling violation, Al-Qadi, is called for steps. We got somebody checking in from North Augusta. Thank you so very much for tuning in. And also Brooklyn, New York, class of 89. Thank you so very much for tuning in. Jeremiah West is checking in from Madisonville, Tennessee. Thank you so very much for everybody for checking in. Let us know where you're watching the game from. And of course, as always, we encourage comments in the chat room. There's a shot right in front of the basket. It is good for Mohammed Al-Qaeda. We have a whistle, and a traveling violation is called against Hector. Two to nothing as we're underway here. First half between Voorhees and Allen, two long-time rivals. Slip down, able to maintain possession. Muhammad, as that shot is no good. Looked like he was too far underneath the basket to really make an impact. Here's Blue. No. The basket's good there for Julius Phillips. So the junior out of Philly ties it at 2. A nice pass inside, and that shot is good. There for Anthony Baker Jr. Baker Jr. has been in the scoring column as far as the leading scorer for Allen for News, Virginia. Guess who else is out of Newport News, Virginia? You know, it's a hotbed for football. Michael Vick. He's from there. And guess, well, He's from that area, Newport, Hampton, Allen Iverson. As the shot is up and no good. "17 minutes, 11 seconds to go, and the shot is good for Phillips. So Phillips with back-to-back deuces, and we're tied at 4. Under 17 minutes to play here in this first half. And that shot is good. That's a two-pointer. Foot on the line. Al-Qaeda. So 6-4. Allen on top. Oh, and that's a traveling violation called against Christian Ford. Got other people checking in from Duluth, Georgia, Charleston, South Carolina. Thank you so very much. Columbus, Georgia. We got class of 90. Holland Leonard, thank you so very much for tuning in. 6-4 is our score. Voorhees down by 2. Shot up, no good. Ford comes away with the boards. And that pass was altered. And back come the Yellow Jackets. Looking to score quickly. Shot, no good. Ball knocked out of bounds. Last touch by Hector Rosario. 6-4 is our score. 15 minutes, 55 seconds remaining in the first half. Oh, and a dunk attempt there by Darius Williams, the 6'1" senior. Darius has some ups there, huh?
21.
Vertical ups at that. He didn't have to take 3 steps and jump.
Bowie, that's his first, team's first.
Bowie picked team's first. At the line shooting. Darius Williams, 6'1" senior out of Sumter. Both shots good. And it's a 4-point lead for Allen at 8-4. Here's Bowie. Bowie driving the baseline, and Bowie falls down hard, and he appears to be down. That was a hard spill there for Bowie. And Bowie is holding his groin there. During my football days. Not good. Bowie hits the first. Jeremiah West checking in, class of 2010. I see you. Eight to 6 is our score. Yellow Jackets over the Tigers. Coming up on 15 and a half minutes to go here in this first half. Both teams have struggled here this season, but looking for a victory here. Here as Al-Qaeda once again with the deuce. The early leading scorer for Allen was 6 points, and they're up 10-6. Bowie gives it up. Rosario, 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Bowie. No foul call. Yellow Jackets, good defense. 10-6 is our score. Allen on top by 4. Down low. Oh, the ref making them play, but now the basket is good for Reynolds. That's and one.
The foul is on Voorhees, number 22, Christian Ford.
Christian Ford picks up his first, team second.
And at the line shooting.
And you know what? And it's funny. If I was from Sparta, Georgia, if somebody asked me where I'm from, I said, "This is Sparta." And yeah, and don't forget the kick, right? You could tell I'm a big fan of 300. 12-6 is our score. 14 and a half minutes to go from the free throw line. It's no good. Skying for the rebound is Darius Williams. And we have a jump ball situation. Good play there by Julius Phillips. Allen will maintain possession, but still good tie up there for Julius. Once again, let us know where you're watching us from. Facebook Live and also YouTube. Everybody that's watching us on YouTube, welcome. We also welcome the Allen fans who is tuning in. Of course, our loyal Tiger fans, as always, in the house and in the chat room. Out of the corner. Well short. You know, it's been pretty quiet here in this gymnasium, given the fact that we do have a nice bit about amount of students here. As the basket's good. Bowie with his first field goal. And it's 12-8. Back the other way, no good. Bowie comes away with the rebound. Coming up on 13 and a half minutes to go. A shot, no good. Darius Williams with the ball. And Darius has some springs on him. That's displayed earlier in this game. 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Here is Williams for three. That's the first three-pointer hit by either squad. And Darius Williams now with 5 points on the evening, and it's 15-8 is our score. Here's Hector Rosario. Rosario rises over two defenders and unable to hit. $15-8 is our score, under 12 and a half minutes to go. Here's the shot, and it's good.
4-2 by
Al-Qaidi once again. And Al-Qaidi already with 8 points. 17-8 is our score. Rosario with the deuce. And he gets his first 2 points of the evening. And it's now a 7-point Allen lead. Nice ball movement around the horn, unable to hit, but a second opportunity for the Yellow Jackets. Al-Qaidi unable to hit. Rosario the other way. Rosario and one!
by Rosario.
Hector Rosario with his second basket as Darius Williams picks up his first and the team's second.
The game for the Tigers is number 3, Coffee, and returning is number 22, Ford. And at the line shooting,
Ford comes in, and Khalil Cuffey comes in for the first time. 17-12 is our score. Allen on top, but Rosario trying to cut in on the lead. He does. 5 points for the young man out of Lawrenceville, Georgia. And it's 17-13. Allen up by 4. Some nice ball movement there by Allen, but unable to hit was Reynolds.
Now entering for the Yellow Jackets is number 4.
Time for the Yellow Jackets. 11-11 remaining. And a steal as an errant pass. Here, back the other way, and it's good there for Jordan Blue.
By Blue.
So now it's down to a 2-point Allen lead at 17-15. Zone defense shown for the first time for the Tigers as that shot is no good. Ball knocked around. Finally controlled by Khalil Cuffey. Up the court it goes. Here's Blue. Cuffey down the lane. Kicks it out. 3-pointer from the corner. No good. A rebound goes into the hands of Nicholas Cook, number 23, for Allen. Out of the corner. No good. Blue. Rosario along the baseline. Good. Rosario. His third field goal of the evening. 7 points for the young man. And we're tied at 17. Ten seconds left on the shot clock. Nicholas Cook picks up his first foul, team's third.
And at the line shooting 2 is number 22, Christian Ford.
So Christian Ford will be at the line shooting 2, the freshman out of Dallas, Georgia.
Entering for the Yellow Jackets, returning is number 35, Al-Qaeda.
Speaking about Dallas,
Number 20.
how your Cowboy fans are holding up out there? I know there's a bunch of Cowboy fans out there. No, before you ask me, no, I'm not a Cowboys fan. But we do have plenty of Cowboys fans around the country. We're tied at 18. 8 minutes and 50 seconds to go. Sean Jones Jr. gives it up. Shot on the way, no good. Jordan comes away with the rebound. And they'll say stepped out of bounds. And Cuffy is mad at himself as Julius Phillips returns in for the Tigers. Under 8.5 minutes to go. And we'll have a traveling violation called. So the Tigers will have it. Tied at 18 apiece. Rosario hits over the backboard. So right now, these two teams kind of slowed down now. You know, things was fast-paced moving. Now, both teams is in a shooting slump. Not just from the field, but they can't hit their free throws either. Allen calls for a 30-second timeout. Coach Keith Walker, his first year at Allen, after having a successful tenure as a MEAC coach with Delaware State. Matter of fact, he led as coach for Delaware State to a MEAC championship run back in 2015, defeating the top seed North Carolina Central on the way. Looking in the comment chat room, Jeremiah says, my cousin played for this team for 12 years.
The basket is good. 4-2.
Are you referring to as Al-Qaeda gets his 10th point? Now, when you talk about your cousin, who is your cousin, Wes? Just want to know. As once again, Cuffy is called stepping out of bounds. So that is the second straight time that Cuffy was called stepping out of bounds. There's the shot. No good there for Groggins. Back the other way quick. Some nice handwork there for Julius Phillips, holding on to the basketball, not turning the ball over. Cuffy will try for three. (20-18) is our score. 6.5 minutes to go here in this first half. Mohamed Al-Qaeda, 12 points on the evening. 22-18, Allen up. Cuffy All right, we're back now. Sorry for the technical difficulties, ladies and gentlemen. As you just came back, Zach White with the deuce while we were away, shooting the basket. Al-Qaeda and Al-Qaeda with a 3-point basket. So Al-Qaeda with 5 straight points for Allen. And they're up 31-28 with under a minute to go, and we'll have a whistle.
The foul is on the Yellow Jackets, number 11, Darius Williams.
Darius Williams picks up his second, team's fourth.
And at the line shooting 2 is number 0.
And at the line shooting, Jordan Blue. First shot is good. Kirby Elizabeth is checking in from Tallahassee, Florida. And she is rooting for the Tigers. And Taven Jenkins has some strong words, saying that this is the worst basketball he's seen in a minute. Jenkins, I'm going to ask you why you think this is the worst basketball you've seen in a minute. You know, I always like to interact with our watchers that is watching us either on YouTube or Facebook. 10 seconds left on the shot clock, 30 seconds left on the game clock, and the basket is good. Sweeping in there. Jones Jr., Sean Jones Jr., his first 2 points. Shot clock turned off. Voorhees could play for the final whistle. Only down by 3, 33-30. 10 seconds to go. 9 seconds. Time to go now. Bowie for the tie. No. 1 second. And that will do it. At halftime, Voorhees down 33-30 to Allen University. And a game of closeness here. Both teams, for a little while, had struggled from the field for a little while. And then they picked it up, and then it fallen off again. So, as I think for the second half of this game here, Voorhees will have to really turn up on the offense. That's number one. But putting 30 points on the board is not bad. But if they keep up at this pace, they will not get to their usual point average. So they will have to pick it up offensively. And then defensively, force Allen into some bad shots. That's what they'll have to do. And as the students here enjoying themselves, before I go into the break, looking into the comment section, and Taven Jenkins says no offense on VCN and 1 pass, awful shots. And you know what? Mr. Jenkins may have a point there. But we'll see what happens. We'll see if things will pick up here in the second half. But right now, our halftime score, 33-30, Allen leading Voorhees. And we'll take this break. Stay with us as we'll come back and get you ready for the second half and Allen. You're watching Tigers basketball right here on the VC Tigers Sports Network.
messing with a grown man. I've been playing to in your house and married you on your own land. See the cops ain't scared to come and get me. I don't blame them, cause they know I got a bunch of other fingers with me. Look at the trouble starting. I'm riding solo when I'm busting and getting rid of your business. You boys ain't home.
All right, we're ready for the second half of this ball game. Again, we having some technical issues. So because of that, we will not have the graphic of the score on the screen. So, but I'll keep you constantly updated as far as the score. Right now, it's 33-30 as we get ready to start the second half of the game. So, starting out this half, the same starting five that started out the first half for the Tigers as the basket's good in for foul. Bowie starts this half off right.
That's his first.
Anthony Baker Jr. picks up the foul. That's his first foul. Bowie trying to give the Tigers a 1-point lead. So it's now 34-33. Voorhees on top as we just played 20 seconds into the second half. Williams is the ball deflected and out of bounds. Last by Allen. "30 seconds into this second half, 34-33. Voorhees on top. Both teams really looking for a victory as Phillips. Well, Phillips, 8th point on the evening. And it's a 3-point lead. Not anymore. We're tied.
By Baker.
Andre Baker. That is his first points of the evening. Bowie matches three-pointer for three-pointer. And Bowie is starting to heat up. That is his second three-pointer of the second half. Voorhees back up by 3, 39-36 with 18 and a half minutes to go. No good. Shot up. Another chance there for Anthony Baker Jr. Christian Ford picks up his second.
Team's first of the second half. And then line shooting 2 is number 5, Anthony Baker Jr.
Anthony Baker Jr. will be at the line shooting 2. And Anthony Baker Jr., as I mentioned before, he was the leading scorer in several other games this season. Right now, he only has 2 points. Making 3 points. So the Tigers defense holding Baker Jr. well underneath his usual point output. Baker Jr. hits, and it is a 39-38 Voorhees lead. Phillips in the lane, can't hit. Rosario, who had the hot hand in the first half, gives it up. Ford falls. Allen playing some good defense. Here's Rosario! And that's the first big cheer I heard from this crowd all night. Once again, only students, faculty, and staff are allowed in the arena as we have an official's time.
Now entering the game for the Tigers is number 3, Coffee.
Yeah. 41-38 is our score. Bounce pass. Here's Baker Jr.
It is good for 2 by Baker Jr.
So Baker Jr. trying to heat up here in this second half after a very quiet first half. Voorhees lead 41-40. 17 minutes and 15 seconds to go. 2-point basket there by Jordan Blue. And the lead back out to 3 at 43-40. 17 minutes remaining in the second half. Floater in the lane is good for Andre Baker. By the way, Andre and Anthony, no relation. Timeout taken by Coach Walker as he wanted to talk to his Yellow Jackets. Right now, Voorhees with a 1-point lead at 43-42 with 16 minutes and 40 seconds to go. And we want to remind folks that Voorhees Athletics is sponsored all season long by Prisma Health. Prisma Health is the official sponsor of Voorhees Athletics all season long. 43-42 if you're just joining us. We have 16 minutes and 40 seconds remaining in a tightly contested ball game. As both teams come back out. Voorhees, they want to play some tight defense so they can force some turnovers so they can try to stretch out this lead. Baker Jr. thought about it. Oh, no look pass inside. Another pass. One pass extra. One pass too many. So Voorhees with possession, 1-point lead at 43-42. As I look in the comment section, I'll comment in just a second after this Voorhees possession. Across the lane, kicks it back out. Bowie gets it back inside, and an extra pass too many as Allen steps in front of that pass. Now, the question in the comment section that was being asked, Jeremiah West asks, is there a walk-on for the basketball team? Are you talking about a specific walk-on, or are you talking about are there walk-ons that could come onto the basketball team? As Darius Williams hits his second three-pointer of the evening. So some pretty good shooting here in the second half for Voorhees. Let's see if they can keep it up. Out of the corner for three. Bowie keeps up the hot streak from behind the three-point line. That is his third three-pointer made here in the second half. And Tigers back up by 1, 46-45, under 15 to go. Out of the corner for 3. Short. Rebound put back is short. Another chance. No good. Ball kept alive by Voorhees. Here comes Rosario. Rosario gives it up to Coffee. Let him a bit too much. Here is Bowie. Rosario. That was almost a spectacular play, but just missed it by a little bit.
Second, and at the line shooting 2 is number 21, Tawan Bowie.
As Bowie stepped back into the line, trying to extend the Tigers' lead. Misses the first. Now, when it comes to walk-ons, I just want to complete this thought that Jeremiah West put out there in the comment section. I would have to ask Coach Huff, but I will believe that there are opportunities for walk-ons to come on and play for the Tigers. $47-45, and we're holding things up. And once again, we have a little shot clock situation. We had a few shot clock situations here this evening, going back to the women's game. All right, so we still having a little situation, and now they changed the shot clock from 30 seconds down to 23 seconds. Thank you, James H. Williams, for you enjoying the game. Thank you so very much. As Darius Williams hits his third 3. So Darius Williams and Tawan Bowie are playing 3-pointers back and forth here in this second half. It's 48-47. Allen up by 1. Voorhees looking to take the lead. Short for Rosario. Under 14 minutes to go. Once again, we do apologize for the technical difficulties. That's why you cannot see the score bug down on the bottom of your screen, so I will continuously give out the scores. Out of the corner for 3, no good. Oh, skying for the rebound. Here's Rosario by himself. Rosario gives the Tigers a 1-point lead, 49-48. Darius Williams comes right back just inside the 3-point line. And it's 50-49. Back and forth we go. What action? Rosario! 3-point basket by Hector Rosario. Leading to the Allen timeout. Excuse me, they'll give that timeout to Voorhees. But still, up there by Anthony Baker Jr. is no good.
The foul on Voorhees 35, Julius Phillips.
Julius Phillips picks up his first personal, team second of the second half.
2 is number 5, Anthony Baker Jr.
Anthony Baker Jr. at the line. Baker Jr. He only scored 3 points in the first half. So far in the second half, he's scored 4 points so far. But again, Anthony Baker Jr. is one of those players that you can keep him down, but then all of a sudden he can just explode for about 15, 20 points on top of what he already has. All right, we're tied at 52 apiece. Good game going so far between two teams desperately looking for a victory. And the basket's good there for Jordan Blue. Jordan now with 6 points on the evening. And the Tigers back up by 2 at 54-52. Darius Williams for 3.
3-point basket by Williams.
Williams with his 4th three-pointer of the second half. A 1-point lead, and now here's a steal. Williams, touch pass, but a good play there as Williams found his teammates, Nicholas Cook, coming right down the lane. Bowie picks up his second personal, team's third. Nick Cook at the line shooting 2. Cook, before that shot, scored 4 points. Now has 5 points. Second basket is good. Cook 2 for 2 at the line. Cook now with 6 points, and it's a 57-54 Allen lead. Under 12 minutes to go here in this ball game. Here's Bowie. Bowie challenging, does not get the call. Knocked around and finally controlled by Allen. Here's Darius Williams, who has had a spectacular second half. Baker Jr. Errant pass, turnover, and the Tigers will have possession. 11 minutes, 23 seconds to go in the game, 57-54 if you're just joining us. We have a whistle. And once again, we have... Oh, I thought it was a shot clock situation. Apparently not. So here come the Tigers, who've been hot from behind the three-point line. From the baseline, on the left side is no good for Ford. 11 minutes to go here in the second half. An entertaining ball game between Voorhees and Allen. Two teams, when they get together, you can always throw out the records because it's always a heated rivalry, especially when it's in-state. And there's a possibility that Voorhees can move up in athletic competition to the SIAC. As it was almost a shot clock violation, but good defense there by the Tigers. Here's Blue. Ford gives it up to Rosario. Rosario called for traveling. 10 minutes, 24 seconds to go. 57-54. Allen on top. In the lane, shot no good. Here comes Blue. Blue takes it all the way, and that shot was altered. Back up the court it goes, and one. Reginald Reynolds with the deuce.
The foul is on Voorhees, 35, Julius Phillips. That's his second, team's fourth. And at the line,
Julius Phillips picks up
number 12,
the foul.
Reginald Reynolds.
Reynolds will be at the line. Allen up 59-54 with 10 minutes exactly remaining here in this ball game. The largest lead of the night for either squad, 6 points, 60-54. Allen on top. 9 minutes and 45 seconds and counting left in the ball game. Here's Bowie. Bowie can't hit. Battling for the rebound is Ford. Tangled up there with El Qaidi.
The foul is on Voorhees, 22, Christian Ford.
Ford is called for his foul. For the foul. That's his third. Team's fifth. 9.5 minutes remaining. 60-54 is our score. Allen on top of Voorhees. Cook gives it up to Baker Jr. Baker Jr. Floater, no good. Here's Blue. Gives it up to Bowie. Bowie. Phillips with the follow. So Phillips closes the Allen lead down to 4 at 60-56 as we're coming up on 8 minutes and 40 seconds remaining in the game. Darius Williams being double teamed, and that's a backcourt violation. Possession for the Tigers.
Timeout.
It's a timeout taken. And with 8 minutes and 34 seconds to go, Allen calls for the 30-second timeout. Up by 4, 60-56. Just a reminder, coming back on the 31st, we'll be back with you. So please join us for a doubleheader of action as the Lady Tigers and the Tigers will take on Oakwood University. And the game will be in the afternoon as I'm looking at the schedule. So these are one of the afternoon doubleheaders on the 31st. One at 1 o'clock, the other one at 3 o'clock. So make sure that you join us January the 31st. Okay. 60-56 is our score. 8 minutes and 34 seconds to go. Again, both teams playing close. Both teams really wants a victory. And they're acting like it, and they're playing like they want a victory here this evening. Bowie gives it up. Here's Ford. Ford puts it in.
14, 5, 4.
Down to a 2-point Allen lead at 60-58 with 8 minutes straight up remaining. Darius Williams, who's hit a lot of threes here in this second half, could not come up with that three. Here's Rosario. Gives it up. No good. There for Jordan Blue. Under 7.5 minutes to go here in the second half. And down low, shot is good for Reynolds. And it's a 4-point Allen lead at 62-58. Coming up on 7 minutes remaining here in the ball game. Here's Bowie. Oh, that was a near steal by Darius Williams. Tried to go inside to Ford, but that was a heat-seeking missile pass. Unable for Ford to get that pass.
Also returning to the lineup is number 23, Nicholas Cook.
Yes, Tavin, wasting possessions. That has to stop because you're trying to get back into the ball game. Right now, it's still anybody's ball game. Although Allen is up 62-58, coming up on 6.5 minutes to go in the second half. Oh, and the pass stolen there. Good play by Jordan Blue.
It is good. 4-2 by
Jordan Blue now with 8 points on the evening, and it's a 2-point Allen lead at 62-60, coming up on 6 minutes and 10 seconds to go here in the second half. Chan, the defense coming from the bench, and the defense rises up. Here's Jordan Blue once again, drawing the foul.
The foul is on Yellow Jackets, number 5, Anthony Baker Jr. That's his second. Now the team's third. And at the line shooting 2 is number 0, Jordan Blue.
Jordan Blue will be at the line trying to tie this ball game if he can make both of his shots. Five minutes and 59 seconds to go.
The Yellow Jackets is number 12, Reynolds.
Jordan Blue has played a solid game. I do agree with you, Tavin, with that. He's played a solid game so far. 9 points, looking for his 10th point. But he's also getting it done on the defensive end, causing some havoc in the backcourt for Allen. We're tied at 62 as we're coming up towards the clutch time. Which team will take control? Turnover. That got to be about, the third turnover in 5 possessions for Allen. So, yes, the Tigers are playing some defense, but at the same time, Allen with some sloppy passes as well. Under 5.5 to go here in the game. Bowie gets it up. Here's Jordan Blue. Blue. Shot no good. Ford can't tap it in. Here comes Allen. Darius Williams. Williams controlling the point. Whistle. Stopping the clock with 5 minutes and 11 seconds to go.
Christian Ford. That's his 4th. Team 6.
Christian Ford picks up his 4th foul. Team 6.
Darius Williams.
Darius Williams, who has had the hot hand here in the second half, hitting 4 3-pointers at the line, shooting 2. A rare miss for Mr. Williams. Williams so far, 14 points in the second half alone. So it's a 1-point lead. 63-62 is our score. As Phillips was fouled.
The foul is on the Yellow Jackets, number 35, Mohammed Al-Qaeda. That's his second, team's fourth. And at the line shooting 2 is number 35, Julius Phillips.
Julius Phillips will be back at the line. Tavin, I do appreciate all the comments that you have made here today. And yes, your opinions are pretty valid. They are certified to because of with yourself and also Coach Mitchell as well did a heck of a job here while at Voorhees. Basket's good on the follow.
4-2.
There
by Baker.
By Baker, they'll give the basket to Baker Jr. Or excuse me, they'll give the basket. Yep, they'll give the basket to Baker Jr. 65-63, Rosario for the lead. No good. Tie up. Oh, but they'll call, look like a timeout for Allen. So Allen calls the timeout, 30 seconds. 4 minutes and 7 seconds to go in the ball game. It's a 2-point Allen lead at 65-63. And right now, Voorhees and Allen, this has been, I do have to say, this has been a very competitive game. If nothing else, it's been a very competitive game. Has not been a squeaky clean game, to say the least. No turnovers and whatnot, but you had some nice shooting, both by Darius Williams and Taewon Bowie in the second half. Jordan Blue has done a nice job on both ends here this evening. But again, still plenty of time left with 4 minutes and 7 seconds to go in the ball game, and it's a 2-point game. Again, we like to thank everybody for watching us on our YouTube page at VC Tiger Sports and also on our Facebook Live page at Voorhees College. Of course, coming up a little over a month from now, we have the 125th anniversary as Ford. Nice Euro. Ford with his second field goal, and we're tied at 65. Coming up on 3.5 minutes to go in the ball game. Here's Baker. Gives it up. Reynolds. So we have a whistle, and Phillips is called for the foul.
The foul is on Voorhees, 35. Julius Phillips third,
picks up his third foul. Team 7. 3:25 remaining. And we're tied at 65. Reynolds will be at the line shooting the 1-and-1. Reynolds has had a nice night so far. Reynolds with 9 points, looking for point number 10. $67-65 is the score. Yellow Jackets on top of the Tigers. Still a little bit over 3 minutes to go left in this game. Tigers need to continue their hot shooting here in the second half. And that nice block. Bowie. That's a tie-up. Alternating jump ball. Possession arrow will give it over to Allen. With 3 minutes and 6 seconds to go. Make sure you stay with us. We'll have the post-game show coming up In the conversation with Cabrera Huff. Hopefully it will be a cheery conversation. Voorhees has been in some tight games here, but they have not overcome that yet. Let's see if they can overcome tonight as Rosario, he's doing his part. Baker Jr. doing his part and trying to get Allen to win. 69-65. Voorhees down by 4, but still plenty of time with 2.5 minutes to go. Well, not that much time, but still enough time to erase this deficit. As Phillips once again with the deuce. Julius Phillips now with 12 points on the evening. Coming up on 2 minutes to go in this ball game. It's about that time who's going to be that clutch player to bring their team to victory here this evening. There's Reynolds. Picks up his dribble. That's a shot clock violation. And it's funny that nobody on the bench for Allen was not saying a countdown because everybody was looking at the play instead of the shot clock. Because usually when it gets down to 10, your teammates start screaming 10, 9. No screams whatsoever. Let's see if Phillips gives it off to Bowie. Phillips just beyond the free throw line, can't hit. Bowie, big rebound. Put back, no good. That would have been an and one play, and that would have tied the game at 69. But instead, Bowie will try to tie it at 69 from the free throw line. Mohammed El-Qaidi picks up his third foul.
Number 21.
So Bowie will be at the line, shooting a couple. Minute 26 to go. These are some big free throws coming up here for the young man, Bowie. As we have a little wetness on the court, that's why for the delay.
And the line shooting 2 is number 21.
All right, so here's Bowie. And Bowie, a very good free throw percentage shooter. Okay, I jinxed it. All right, I will not mention that he has a nice free throw percentage again. Oh, Bowie barely makes the second one in. Bowie, and he's coming off a game. The last home game that he played in, he scored a career high 43 points. 69-68 is our score. Allen now pushes the lead as Mohammed El-Qaidi pushes the lead up. Now it's 71-68. Under a minute to go. They'll need this three. No. 45 seconds to go. Right now, you don't need the foul. Down by 3 at 71-68. This is the biggest defensive play here for the Tigers. Here's Darius Williams. Williams just inside the three-point line and a big shot. Darius Williams stretches the lead out at 73-68 with 15 seconds to go. No timeout is scored and a steal. Oh my goodness. Things collapsed here in the last several seconds. Ford is called for the foul. That is his fifth. And he'll call it a night. And the students are starting to head towards the exits.
Now in the lineup for the Tigers is number 23.
They come so close here, the Tigers.
Is number 11, Williams.
Williams shooting the one in the bonus. He hits this shots. It's essentially a done deal here with 10.7 seconds to go. So Allen came in winners of only 3 games so far this season, and it looks like they'll win their 4th game as Bowie with another deuce and a quick timeout called by Voorhees. With only 4.5 seconds to go, it's a 5-point Allen lead at 75-70. Once again, make sure that you join us on January the 31st, where we have an afternoon game. Just to confirm, we'll have an afternoon game on January the 31st, 1 and 3 p.m. against Oakwood University, according to the schedule. So, unless we have a time change, I think they will stay with that time, January the 31st. And if you're looking at on your schedule, the 31st is on a Monday. So we'll have Monday afternoon basketball, it seems. But of course, always check with us on our Voorhees YouTube page and also our Voorhees College Facebook page. And we'll let you know if there is a time change. But other than that, right now, tentatively, is for 1 and 3. Time ticks away. Stolen by Baker. That will do it.
70 and Allen
Voorhees,
75.
after a good effort for most of the game, Allen just turned it on at the end, and Voorhees again comes away with a loss, 75-70. So right now, as the men drops, now only winning 2 games so far this season for the men. It's been a tough season for the men so far. And of course, earlier tonight, the Lady Tigers fell to the Lady Yellow Jackets. And so the Lady Tigers now 5-10, and the Tigers still looking for their 3rd victory of the season. 75-70 is our score. Of course, stay with us. We'll have the post-game show coming up. And hopefully we'll have a conversation with Coach Huff. I know Coach Huff is disappointed about the game this evening. But once again, good effort, but it just has not clicked to where W's is in the columns instead of L's. All right, stay with us. Once again, we'll have the post-game show. We'll have the reactions from Huff, and we'll set you up for our next game coming up January the 31st. Big shout out to Lauren, who's behind the camera once again. So we'll have more of the post-game show coming up after this. So stay with us, folks. Thank you so very much for tuning in. And we'll talk to you in just a few minutes. So hold on. All right, welcome back to the Dawson Center on the campus of Voorhees College, soon to be Voorhees University. I'm Clarence Jones, and joined now here by the women's Lady Tigers head coach, Coach Edward Glover, to talk about the game earlier tonight. Tough loss there against the Yellow Jackets. I want to get your impressions about the game.
Well, we had them where we needed them at. Kind of lost our composure. Allen has a very good athletic team. You know, they moved up a level playing the SIAC. I'm about to say CIAA, but SIAC Division II NCAA. And they kind of took, you know, they were tall, long, athletic. I knew the press was their thing, but we were doing such a good job with it in the first half. My point guard, you know, I got one of them. Brittany McDonald kind of got a little tired. You know, I don't know if I was pushing her a little too much, but you know, those are things we got to play through. Started some turnovers when I brought some other players in, and they capitalized on it. Allen capitalized on that, got that lead, and never looked back. We tried to made a run at it, but never could get back into that 10-point deficit.
Right.
Yeah, but I thought we were right there. We were in control of the game, and we're very young now, and I got to coach them and teach them up to get them to handle that composure down the stretch and be able to handle games like this, because this is how it's going to be. Right. You know, especially when you play against rivalries. You know, we still have Mars left twice. We still have to go to Allen. We got a good Oakwood University team coming in here. Matter of fact, next week with Morris right behind them. So,
right. Back-to-back games.
Yeah, so it's going to be tough. I got to get them there quick. So next couple of days, we're going to go back, do our homework, get ready for the next one.
Health-wise, I know Brittany McDonald went down with the injury with 2 minutes and 34 seconds left in the game. Is she all right?
Yeah, she cramped up. Yeah, we went through some cramp, and you know, we'll get her through that. She's fine now. We'll take a day off tomorrow, get ourselves together, and get back to work on Friday.
Now, looking at the game, it seemed like it was the third quarter.
Yeah,
third quarter bugaboo once again for the Lady Tigers.
It was. Yeah, we didn't do a good job coming out and responding to Allen's pressure. I thought we could have played through it, but being so young at certain positions. I mean, I think one time with a couple of people, I think I might have had 4 freshmen on the floor, you know, experience-wise.
So now, when you look at this, as far as the team, outside of we saw with Brittany, is the team health-wise, as far as, you know, ankles, knees, or whatever?
Yeah, I got some little nicks and you know, some little things here and there, but health-wise, we're there. We're full squad.
Okay. Yeah. Now, looking at this, because the good thing now is we could turn around, and in the next few days we'll have Oakwood, and then not only that, we'll have Morris. So it's a back-to-back. Yeah. So what will you do to prepare your team now to get this game behind you and now prepare for 2 games back-to-back?
Well, first of all, we just got to learn from the mistakes we made in this one, and just get better. We just got to get to work, get ready for the next one. Leave this one behind us. We'll see them again, and we'll worry about them when we see them again at their place. But just get this one behind us. Work and move forward. Learn from this. Don't let it beat us up, because, you know, a young team sometimes can hold things, but you got to keep moving. Right. You got to keep moving. You got to play through it, get better. We'll work on some things to get us there. Getting, you know, coming back after Christmas is always tough to get in shape. We missed a couple of games at the beginning of the new year. Right. You know, when you're sitting idle, that kind of hurts as well.
Yeah, because I was getting ready to say this was the first competitive game in almost a month.
Yeah. We did travel over to Payne College on Thursday, but you know, getting back home, we hadn't probably played home since December the 1st, I think.
Yeah, like early December.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah. So now, you know, they went on the road, and of course you have some home games. At least in the back end now, you have several home games that's coming up. But still, you said you had a young team. So what do you see in this team that you think that they can really like turn it on here in the last about month and a half of basketball?
Well, I need the few seniors I do have to bring that leadership. Ben McDonald, Ariana Card, the 2 of them bringing that leadership to, because they, you know, especially Card, you've been to a national tournament, right? You've been there. You've been in the conference tournament, played in the championship game. You got to let them know that our goals are still there. Everything we get is still there to accomplish, you know, and our goal is to get to the tournament. And you know, I'm not worried about a seeding. I take the 8th seed.
Right.
You know, just want to be there to get an opportunity because you can't get an opportunity if you're not there.
Right.
And one thing with our conference, and I want to say the AI, but the Continental Athletic Conference,
Yeah.
the CAC. I had to get used to the new name. One thing about that is like going to a national tournament before the nationals, because it'll be at times you may face a team that you've never seen, but only on film.
Right.
And that's the beauty of it. And it prepares you for the next level. But you got to get there.
Right.
We have 16 teams. I know some people may have stopped their seasons because of COVID. But it's still only 8 teams make it.
Right.
And, you got to have some wins to get there.
Right.
Right now, we're we're still in the mix, but we got to get some. These home games come up are crucial.
And then especially, I know you don't want to look ahead, but you'd have the matchup with Morris coming up. That's one of the conference games and stuff. So I believe that the conference weighs heavy on conference wins.
It does. Yeah, it sure does. It sure does. Having them twice, and we have Washington Venice too is one of the top 4 teams on the road at their place. So we just got but that's not the February 12th. We can't be the same team we are today during that time. If I'm still talking like this in February,
we got issues.
We ain't doing too good. Yeah.
Gotcha. Get you out on this note. I know a lot of watchers are watching, they commenting about it, and they always root for, of course, the Lady Tigers. So what is your message to the fans?
Just staying there. We're going to get it done as we always find a way. The Lady Tigers going to still find a way. We're going to get there. Yeah. As long as these young ladies keep believing, I coaching them up, we're going to find a way to get there and to get this thing back going again.
Well, Coach Glover, thank you so very much for sending out our time. And, of course, good luck.
Let me bring y'all some food. I'll get you some boxes.
Yes, please. We are starving. Thank you. As Coach Glover here at the post-game show, of course, we are waiting on Coach Huff to come up here to talk about the game here tonight with Allen. Once again, make sure that you tune in. Now, the January 31st, just wanted to make sure it's an afternoon game because I've seen 1 o'clock.
Wait a minute.
Or have it switched.
Let me get that time.
Okay.
Yeah, something is different about that game.
Okay, so
maybe Coach Huff can probably give us a better idea.
Gotcha.
But it's a little earlier.
A little early. Okay. So just check back with us on Facebook at the Voorhees College, and also check with us on our YouTube page at VC Tiger Sports page, and we'll let you know what if the times have changed from the original set time. It was at 1 and 3 o'clock. It was an Monday afternoon game, but now I don't know. It may be pushed back to our usual games with 6 and 8. All right. So Coach Huff is about to come up now. Coach Glover, thank you once again. I appreciate it. So Coach Huff, Cabral Huff is joining us here, and he's talking about the game here this evening. 75-70 was the final score. Coach Huff, man, I just feel for you and the team because it seemed like everything was clicking. Bowie was having a nice game. Even Hector Rosario was doing some good things. What's your thoughts and what happened there?
Well, I think this was probably the best game we executed all year. I think we got the shots that we wanted. We got looks we wanted. I think it came down to 2 plays. 50-50 ball. We tipped the ball up and it went to their hands and they got a layup, and then we didn't get a rebound somewhere late in the game. And you get one of those balls and it changes everything. And then 11 hit a big shot late. Like, we were trying to get a stop. We didn't want to foul because the time was still on our side, and he hit a contested shot. So, but those two plays, the 50-50 ball and the offensive rebound, kind of hurt us. But you can't be mad at the effort of these guys. These guys battle so hard, all the time. And like I said, execution-wise, they were on point tonight. We executed.
And that was the thing that I noticed, and people online noticed it too. They said it was a very entertaining ball game. Unfortunately, we couldn't come up with the victory, but they feel that this was one of the better played games that the Tigers have put on. So how frustrating it is that, you could go back and you could say plus here, plus there, but at the end, still come up short of the score.
It's funny because I read something either last week or early this week that said you can play perfect and still lose. Right. That's just it's just the way of the world, right? We haven't had our full roster all year. And we still don't have it. Right. But we continue to pound and we continue to grind it and try to get better. I mean, we got guys in here right now still trying to put up shots because they understand we're still not out of this thing as far as the conference. And Allen's a good team, and we're right there. Like, had an opportunity to win. We've had probably 9 games where it's come down to a possession or two to win the ball game. when we get over the hump, we're gonna be scared, and that's all we got to do is get over the hump.
Yeah, and you definitely, as I mentioned before, you definitely have the talent to get over the hump. It's just
Getting over the hump.
yeah, give it over the hump. So let's talk about individual play now. Again, Hector Rosario did well. Bowie did well. I was also very impressed with Phillips here tonight. So what was your thoughts about the team individually?
Definitely glad to have Julius. Getting him back second semester, he's a big help for us. A post presence, a rebounder. What you've noticed is our rebounding has got better, not just because of him, because we put an emphasis on it. I think Hector was hurt early on in the season. I think if you guys remember, he missed a couple of games. He's finally healthy again. You know, he's a All-American, and we know what Bowie can do. I mean, last home game, 43 points.
Right.
And came out second half, and we ran some stuff for him, and he made some big threes to really get us going. Those three guys are really huge. Jordan Blue, what he does, he rebounds, he facilitates our offense, and Christian Ford is going to be really good.
Right.
Christian Ford is going to be really good, and we're getting some stuff from the bench, Khalil Cuffey and Zach White and guys like that, and we're going to continue to push, man. There's nothing, we're not giving up on this at all.
Yeah, I got you. You never give up, of course, as the motto said. But now, after this game, you have a little turnaround. January the 31st. Just wanted to clarify things. I saw on the calendar that it was a 1 and a 3 o'clock game. Is that still the time?
We're still trying to make sure what Oakwood needs to do, because obviously they're a different school, an invented school. So we're trying to make sure what's going to work for them. But right now, tentatively, it's still 1 and 3. But we've got a tough week next week. We've got 4 games. Oakwood here the 31st, turn around and play Morris, a conference opponent, on the 1st. Go on the road on the 3rd and 5th. So it's a tough week. But our guys are used to it. So we'll get back in the lab, get ready, look at film, get stuff done in practice, and we're going to get better.
And the thing about it is, even though you're going to have a lot of games next week, but you've already been through it early part of the season, being the road warriors that you are. But at least in this case, you'll have a couple of more games at home than going on the road.
Correct. And that was the whole purpose of the second half of the year, was to get some home games. And we just got to take care of the business when we're at home. That's all we got to do.
Right. So I'm going to get you out of here on this note. Again, we had a lot of comments there, but what is your message to the Tigers fans as far as with this game and throughout the whole season?
Stay with us. We talked about something in the locker room, to the finish line. And what that means is together, toughness, fighting it out. And we're going to keep fighting. We're going to keep grinding. So you keep fighting and grinding with us, Tiger Nation. We're going to get it right.
Yeah, and I can see it. Again, just came up 5 points short, but I can see that the improvement is happening. And, of course, again, as you mentioned, the roster is not 100%. Because we're still missing Antonio and Williams and Babe. So we're missing a few characters for the team that could have really helped us out here tonight.
I agree. But even without those guys, I'm not going to – our effort was there. And that's one thing you can always say. When we don't get effort, I'm going to be on them. Right. But our guys fight. And I don't think anybody that has played us has said we're going to give up. And we're not going to give up on this season.
And you're not. And, of course, we'll see you back here January the 31st against Oakwood. Coach, thank you for joining me. I know a tough loss, but, again, we're going to get them. We're going to get these tough losses is going to become close victories.
Yes, sir.
Watch.
Yes, sir.
Just watch. No problem. Thank you, sir.
No problem.
All right, that is head coach Gabriel Huff of the Tigers men's basketball squad. Once again, the Tigers fall to defeat 75-70 to Allen. Once again, it was a very well-played game for the Tigers, but just coming up just a bit short. And as he mentioned, number 11 for Allen, Darius Williams. Darius Williams played out his mind, especially in the second half, leading to the victory against our Voorhees Tigers. So that will do it here from the Dawson Center. I appreciate each and every one of you for tuning in and also commenting on our Facebook page and on our YouTube page as well. Continue to like and subscribe our YouTube page, VC Tiger Sports, and also follow us as well on our Facebook page, Voorhees College. Well, that will do it from here. Our next broadcast will be on January the 31st. Once again, it's an afternoon game for right now, tentatively scheduled for 1 and 3. The ladies will play at 1. the men will play at 3, but we'll be on the air regardless of what time that the games will be played. We'll be on the air. So once again, check back with us either on our website at voorhees.edu. Check back with us on our Voorhees College Facebook page and our YouTube VC Tiger Sports page. So that'll do it. I want to thank, of course, the man, my partner, Curtis Sumner, for the great production work. Also, my analyst partner, Cam McLean, who will at some point will join me back in front of the camera at some point. Also, thank you to Lauren Adams, our student assistant here. And for everybody here at the VC Media Network, I'm Clarence Jones. Thank you so very much for tuning in, and we'll talk to you on Monday. So long, everybody.